Hi everyone, I'm just making a quick video here to talk you through the first unit because we didn't get a chance to meet yesterday. I want to make sure that you're comfortable with the information in the class and getting started on some of the first assignments. It is important that you do start the assignments before next class. We are not pushing any due dates back because we need to make sure that we have enough time during the semester to get that research paper done. So we can't condense anything any more than it already is. So I do want you to get started looking at Unit 1. I'll have copies of things for next week, syllabus, course at a glance, things like that, and we'll go over it sort of very briefly, but I do want you to get into the first unit. So I'm just going to show you what it looks like, and then I'm going to talk you through some of the assignments. So obviously this is a homepage announcements. Hopefully you got the announcement that I posted yesterday. Syllabus and Resources tab has the syllabus and some of the resources in it. The Assignments tab is where you'll always go to get class content. Now again, this is not an online class, but it is set up as a hybrid class, which means everything for the class is held in Blackboard, and then when you come into class we'll go over the assignments. We'll talk more in depth about how to do the essays. It'll give you a chance to do some practice. We'll be actually working on a lot of the assignments that are on Blackboard. We'll be doing them in class just so that you get that practice. So you can see there's only one unit open right now, and this is the one that I want you to get into before next class period. So I'll just kind of go through it with you. There's always starts with a to-do list, so you can see what you should be working on and in what order you need to do them. Obviously assignments that are worth points will be over here on the side, and then not listed here is the pretest. We're going to do that. Actually, we'll do that next class. And then the schedule, which I will have a paper copy of for you, but then that way it's right here and handy. You can look at it again. Syllabus and course at a glance for you to look at. Some other information just for your information, and then the first readings that I want you to do. So this is what I want you to do before next class, is to do these reading assignments, and then take the first Unit 1 quiz. So pretty much every unit is going to have a quiz to it. So there'll be readings and then there'll be quiz questions. The quizzes are always fairly simple, usually 10 points, and then they just accept the highest score, so you can do it as many times as you want to in order to get the highest score possible, or the score that you want. So take the Unit 1 quiz, and then it leads us to the actual essay assignment. I'll have the assignment sheet printed out in class, and we'll go over it a little bit more, but basically what you're working on is a critical response essay. A critical response is where you take something, in this case a piece of writing, so this will be an article out of your textbook, and you analyze it. So it's an analysis assignment. We're critiquing it based on argumentative skills. And so there are two chapters that will help you with this. There's a critical reading chapter, and then there's a chapter on rhetorical analysis. And we'll be covering some of those concepts in class next time, but in sort of a condensed format because we didn't have class yesterday. So a couple of things that you want to be thinking about. This is supposed to be a really short essay. You are taking one article from the textbook, which I'll talk about here more in a minute, and it's really important that you are analyzing the author's writing strategy rather than their content. So it's not so much about whether or not you agreed with the author so much as how the author put together his or her argument and whether or not that's effective. So I'll show you here in a minute what I'm talking about when we're looking at articles. So the essay itself, we'll have next class period that we'll meet, and then the week after that is when the essay is due, and so this is where you'll submit that essay assignment. And so in the meantime, though, you need to choose your article. If you can choose your article before next class, it will make it much easier for you. We'll get a chance to talk about it in class. And then you might try doing this annotation assignment once you've chosen your article. So once you've chosen your article, you need to be able to make a copy of it. You can either make print copies on a copier, or you can scan it using a scanner into your computer and then use photo editing tools, and you can use the highlighting and the annotations. Some students have found success just Googling the article title to find the original, because most of these were originally printed online or published online. So then you can, copy and paste the text and use that to help you do the highlighting and annotating. You will have to turn in an electronic copy of your annotation assignment, though, because everything we turn in this class will be turned in electronically, obviously, for safety reasons. So we'll talk about this a little bit more next class in how you can complete this assignment, but once you've chosen your article, you may start thinking about how you can do that. So to choose your article, you'll be in this textbook here, your practical argument textbook. This is the primary reader for the class, so most of your first reading assignments will be out of this book. To find an article, you'll go right here in the beginning as the table of contents. And when you look at the table of contents, you can see that there's the chapter is listed, and then there are further readings, reading and writing about the issue. And you can see that each one of these here is written by a different author with a different title. So we have Dale Stevens, College is a Waste of Time, and Mary C. Daly, and I can't read that, Lila Bengalis, is it still worth going to college, and so forth. So each one of these is an article that you could choose to write your response essay about. As you go through the table of contents, you'll see there are all kinds of topics. A lot of them are college related. So for example, should college campuses go green? But there are some other ones in here that students may have found to be more interesting. There's talking about technology and our threats to privacy. There's some about vaccinating your kids. Should everyone be required to vaccinate their children? And there's some fracking, and I find ones that are not college related. Should we meet our helicopter parents ruining their children's lives? So there's quite a few topics in here that you can look at and just kind of search through and see what you would like to write about. In the table of contents, it'll give you like a short little description of the article, so that may help you kind of look through several and see what you want to respond to. I would say pick one that is something that's interesting to you and that you find easy to read, because the assignment itself, the hard part of the assignment, is breaking down the author's strategies when they're writing that argument. So not necessarily something that you agree or disagree with or even know anything about, but more about how easy is it for you to read and critique, because that's the assignment really is writing that critique. So next class we will be focusing on how to write this essay, and so once you have your article chosen, it'll be easier to have that discussion. In the meantime, if you have any questions, be sure to email me. If you're not sure if what you've chosen is an article, email me. Otherwise, I will see you guys hopefully next Monday. Have a good day.